Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Dun Dun Fitness Coaches Corner podcast. It is June if you are seeing this or listening to this in real time. So we are getting ready to head fully into summer. Memorial Day weekend is behind us. And that can bring up a lot of stress for a lot of people, right? Some of us are like, we haven't quite reached our fitness goals that we had set for the summer. Some of us are like, our schedule is about to blow up in our face and we're not sure how we're going to squeeze in our workouts and prioritize our nutrition. And it can be a little bit of like a slide downhill when it comes to health. And so we've created this summer series for you all to kind of help combat some of these concerns. So this month for June, we're talking about toning and summer strength and hormone support. So really what we want to do is we want to really emphasize the importance of muscle. And I know this is a little bit like beating a dead horse because we talk about this all the time, but it is just so important. So we're going to talk about some myths about, strength training versus cardio, some smart ways to plan, maybe around summer vacations or again, those tricky schedules, and really about that hormone support. So first and foremost, strength training is a non-negotiable, especially for women over 40, because it supports your metabolism, your insulin sensitivity, energy, and hormone balance. And I don't know about you, but the bottom line is we all just want to feel really good and we want to have enough energy to really fully enjoy all of the excitement of summertime, right? We want to enjoy going to the beach with our families. We want to enjoy all the picnics and summer activities that we're doing. Maybe we go hiking a lot, right? We want to feel good about those things and we want to feel strong enough to be able to actually participate. Strength training helps counteract muscle loss, bone density decline, and weight redistribution that's really common in perimenopause and menopause. So I know a lot of you are really concerned about your body doing some maybe some weird things that it's never done before in terms of where you're carrying your weight or your fat. And I know that I've talked to you about this for sure if you've gotten a SciQ review. If you have not gotten a SciQ, again, please get on the schedule to do that. All members get 2 SciQ scans every single year. So we want you to get on there about every 6 months at minimum. But that will go over with you your muscle versus fat content, as well as keep an eye on your bone density. We want to make sure that if we are making shifts in the wrong direction in this area, that we catch it early, right? But strength training can really make a big impact in all of these areas. And last but not least, it builds confidence and resilience from the inside out, right? Again, we want to, some of us have, goals, we want to look good, but at the end of the day, no matter what, it really boils down to we want to feel good. And muscle is your hormone savings account. So the more you build now, the more protected you'll be later on. So I know some of us, no matter how old you are, it's like, oh, things start to feel like, oh, my body never did this before, right? But the older we get, the more and more those things start to creep up. But if you prioritize strength training, you can kind of stage off some of those things and feel better for longer. I heard recently, the best time to start strength training was 10 years ago. The next best time is right now, right? So it's never too late. You can always make changes and you can build muscle at any age, right? It's never too late for you. So no matter what age you are, this is going to be extremely important. But it really is a non-negotiable if you are a woman and if you are especially a woman over the age of 40. So let's talk about some myths, right? Because when it comes to strength training or particularly building muscle, we hear a lot of women say, I don't want to get bulky. And the truth of the matter is, it's really difficult to build muscle, especially for women over 40. So what you actually see is definition and strength, right? So that bulky feeling that some of you are trying to avoid is actually fat on top of the muscle, right? And so the way we structure our workout programming and our nutrition advice is really in such a way that we are building muscle while burning fat, right? So you get that lean look that a lot of women are chasing and really after. Myth number 2, cardio burns more than fat. Well, cardio burns more during the session, but muscle keeps burning all day long. So if you are someone that maybe wears an Apple Watch or some other sort of device, even the oh my gosh, the MyZone straps, right? Those will tell you how many calories you're burning during your workout. And it can be a little bit defeating when you leave a strength training workout day and you see that you've maybe burned, I don't know, 150 or 200 calories, but you leave a DECA day or after a run and you see that you've burned 400, 500, 600 calories, right? So it might, if you're looking at it that way, you might think, oh, cardio is where it's at, but actually it's the reverse, right? We want to get that burn all day long, and we want to be building that muscle in those strength workouts. So that leads us into our next myth, which is I didn't burn many calories. Was it even worth it? So these things, they can't measure the hormonal shifts, right? It can't measure metabolic change. They can't measure muscle recruitment. And to be honest, a lot of the calorie calculators aren't even really that accurate. So it's not even really a good picture of what's actually happening. And so if you were to look at like a triangle of things that burn calories throughout our day, the biggest energy burn all day is just our daily activities of living, right? So getting up, going to the grocery store, going to work, doing chores around your house, all of those little activities that you do all day long, that is where you get the greatest calorie burn in your day. Exercise is actually the tiniest bit of energy burn, right? And so building muscle increases the amount of calories that we burn during our total daily energy expenditure. So that's the biggest difference. And that's something that you can't measure really easily or accurately, and something that you can't really see unless you stick to it over the long term. So if your workout felt strong and steady, even if your heart rate stays kind of on the lower side, that might be exactly what your body needed, right? Which leads us to our next point, which is please pick up a heavier weight, okay? Sometimes when you get your program and you're looking at it and you're like, oh, can I even pick that up? Yes, you can, okay? Some of you, please don't take this personally, but some of you have been picking up the same kettlebell. I'm calling myself out here also for months and months and months, right? You're doing the same kettlebell and the same number of reps, right? We want to challenge you. That is where the muscle growth happens, okay? So talk to Missy, talk to the coaches. If you are like, okay, I'm hearing this, you're calling me out, I think it is time. I can at least do a couple reps with a heavier kettlebell or sandbag or whatever it is. You have the coaches there, so we're going to make sure that you have good form and you're not going to hurt yourself, but your reps should be challenging, okay? It's supposed to hurt a little bit, right? We don't want you doing your rows with this kind of cadence, right? We want it to be slow and steady. We want it to be a challenge. Progressive overload equals progress. So this doesn't always mean heavier. It could mean more reps, lower tempo, or improved form, right? So again, we just talked about picking up a heavier weight, but sometimes, like I said, we're just moving way too quick, right? So sometimes it's about that time under tension and really making sure that we are slow and steady throughout the whole entire movement, really challenging those muscles. Or again, improved form, right? So sometimes we might need to go down in weight actually to correct our form to really do the workout the way it was intended, to really make sure that we're getting the most bang for our buck so that we can go ahead and increase that weight. So all of this to say, follow the program, right? Try not to argue with the trainer in the gym if they're like, no, use this one, not that one, because there is a method to the madness, okay? Muscle does not grow from movement. It grows from challenge and recovery. So when you have, let's say today's workout, you're doing 10 reps. You get to like 7, and then it's like, oh, I don't know if I can do this anymore. This is really, really challenging. That is where the growth happens, okay? We want those last couple of reps especially to be challenging. So you might be thinking like, okay, how do I structure my week within Done Done's programming, right? We have 3 strength days and 3 DECA days. So if you want some help specifically getting into your specific goals and how you can work within our schedule, please set up a meeting with us, okay? We will work with you. We'll take a look at your individual goals and what your personal schedule looks like, and we'll take a look and see what makes the most sense to get you the best results, okay? Personally, for me, when I first came back to the gym, I had to make a rule with myself because I love a good heart pumping workout. It brings me a lot of energy. It's just my preferred way of moving my body. I tend to not that I don't enjoy the strength training, I just don't get the same high from it, I guess, right? And so, but I know that strength training is so, so important. And I also know that I won't do it on my own, right? So when I first came back to the gym, I was like, okay, if you're going to skip a workout in your week, Megan, it has to be a DECA day, right? Because I'm always looking forward to DECA. And that helps me in a couple of ways. Number one, it helped me stick to those strength training days because I made that deal with myself, right? I was going to really fully commit to that Monday, Wednesday, Friday cadence. And it really helped me stay more consistent overall as I was getting back into it because I really enjoyed the DECA workouts, right? And so it could be as simple as that, right? Pick however many strength workouts you want to do. We recommend at least 2. 3 is optimal, but 2 is great. So 2 strength training workouts each week, and then sprinkle in the DECA depending on your needs and your schedule, right? So, but what do we do when we're on vacation or we have busy weeks, right? This is a concern for everyone all summer long, right? So when it comes to vacations, focus on walking. Maybe you can go swimming. Maybe you can wake up in the morning and do some gentle mobility. If you really want to be an overachiever, do some body weight circuits, right? Do some squats, do some push-ups, a plank, right? Pick 3 exercises, do like 15 to 20 reps and keep it moving. Do 4 sets, 3 sets of each, right? Then you can also focus on your hydration, drink plenty of water, make sure you're prioritizing protein and sleep. For the most part, it's okay to enjoy your vacation, right? It's okay to take a break, particularly if you're someone that's in the gym 4, 5, 6 days a week, and you're going on vacation for 1 single week. Go ahead and take the week off. Your body will thank you, okay? However, if you're someone that has a beach house or something else that you're on vacation pretty regularly all summer long, it's going to be increasingly important for you to focus on nutrition, right? Do what you can to create structure and routine to make sure that you can get that movement in. If you have little ones around, now would be a good time to have some earmuffs because I'm going to say something here. Try not to eat like an asshole all summer long, right? So I'm talking to you if you're one of those people who is like, my summer is a constant state of vacation, pick and choose your battles, okay? Don't be drinking 4 or 5 nights a week. Don't be, not eating all day and then eating, all night long, indulging in, appetizers, entrees, desserts, drinks, right? Don't be doing that all summer long. It's not good for you, and it's definitely not contributing to muscle health, okay? So that's for vacations. When it comes to busy weeks or weeks that we're off schedule, right? Maybe we've got kids in summer camps and the schedule's changing every week because every week they're in a different summer camp and there's different start times and all that crazy nonsense. Pick two strength sessions and stick to them, right? Move your body and try not to stress too much about the structure, right? Again, try to get in some walking, try to get in some mobility, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. 2 strength training sessions a week is plenty to get you through a busy season, okay? Don't try to overcommit and then be disappointed with yourself at the end of the week when you wanted to get to the gym, but you were only able to get there 2 times. Be realistic about what your schedule looks like. Pick your 2 days and then make it happen. And then if you truly can't make it into the gym, you just can't get the schedule to work, again, do some body weight circuits. If you have some equipment at home, do your own, put together your own circuit. Again, if you need help with this, we can help you with it. But just pick a couple of exercises and just go through them each 3 or 4 times, right? Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be something to keep that consistency going. Again, walking is great. Mobility and stretching is also great. Again, if it's just 1 week here or there, taking that week off and really focusing just on regular movement like walking can be actually a benefit to your body. You can actually come back next week even stronger in a lot of cases. So I encourage you to experiment with that a little bit. Missing the gym doesn't have to mean that you're falling behind. It means that you're a human. Welcome, okay? The win is staying connected to your body. So again, if you're someone who is like, I have to get to the gym, it's for my mental health, I get that, I do. So again, do your best with what you have and move your body in ways that feel good to you. It does not have to be perfect, it just has to be consistent. Okay, so let's pull this all together with everything that we talked about today. We want you to be picking up heavier weights, challenging those muscles, not obsessing over calories burned, and balancing your week with both strength and DECA or running or whatever other cardio you do. This all comes back to supporting your hormone health, okay? And here's how. Strength training helps balance insulin and cortisol. These are 2 major hormones that impact belly fat, energy, and mood. It also boosts estrogen metabolism and helps prevent muscle loss that accelerates during perimenopause and menopause. Okay, so that muscle loss is coming for you ladies unless you do something about it now. Okay, insulin and cortisol are also top tier hormones. So when your insulin and cortisol are out of whack, it trickles into everything else. It can lead into your thyroid health. It can lead into your sex hormones. And then that's where we start to get all of these crazy things happening, right? So if we focus on insulin and cortisol, it can really help alleviate all of those other symptoms that we're getting from all of those other systems in our body that are being thrown off kilter, okay? Challenging your body safely builds lean muscle, which improves your metabolic health and supports your thyroid, adrenal, and sex hormones. You're not just building a better body, you're building a more resilient system. So you're more resilient to the daily stressors of life overall, which again is what we all really want, okay? Cardio is not bad for you, right? But we want you to do cardio with intention. So like our DECA sessions, it supports cardiovascular health and is a really great stress relief, but you're not relying on it as your only fat burning tool, okay? This shift from relying on cardio to relying on strength really protects your cortisol and helps you recover better. And when you learn to let go of the calorie obsession or the idea that more sweat equals more progress, you reduce stress and create space for rest, which is crucial for hormone balance, okay? You must rest. So this summer, you're not just training harder, you're training smarter. You're creating a plan that works with your hormones, not against them, okay? So this summer, we want you to fully enjoy everything that comes your way. But we also want you to prioritize your health in a way that feels good to you. Maybe the shift to focusing on strength training is a little bit new, different, maybe it's a little bit uncomfortable for you. That's okay, right? Again, moving forward from here, I want you to take action, okay? So the first way I want you to take action is if you have not gotten your PsyQ scan within the last 6 months, please schedule to get that done immediately, okay? Don't hide from it. It gives us really good data that allows us to make some really good decisions about moving forward, okay, to reach your goals. Number two, if you are listening to this and you're like, this hits home, I want you to reach out and schedule a coaching appointment, okay? We can, again, work with you, your specific goals, your specific schedule, and really make sure that we set up a schedule for you that feels good, that you can stick to, that will lead to really good results and feeling really good, most importantly, okay? That is all we have for you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.